Jollof rice is one of the most common dishes in West Africa, and over the years there has been constant debates over which country serves the best jollof rice. The debate was finally settled here in Washington D.C. recently during the 2019 Jollof Competition won by Sierra Leone. Yes, Sierra Leone. Carol Kanu is owner of Mabins Catering and winner of the 2019 U.S. Jollof Rice Competition in the region, held by Afropolitan Insights. Carol, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you are the big winner. How does this make you feel?
I mean, I'm honored, not only because this is not about Mabins Kitchen or myself, this is me representing an entire nation. And so that is, to me, it's an honor, and it's been an overwhelming feeling.
So there's been this big debate about the best jollof rice. Who has the best jollof rice? I have to be honest with you. I have a soft spot for Senegal's jollof rice. However, you won this prize, and you have this meal here. It smells so good. I'm going to taste it. Maybe you will change my mind today. So how many people competed in this?
I believe about 5 people, but the final 4, it was final 4 that went to the final.
Yes, because when I read about this competition, there were hundreds of people who really applied to compete. So you did well. Congratulations. And now, did you win because Sierra Leone has the best jollof rice, or do you have a secret ingredient?
I mean, both of it, of course. But most importantly, this win, it was a blind taste win. Okay. So none of we didn't present our jollof based on our countries. It was based on colors, so it could be fair.
Okay.
So it's definitely taste, and yes, Sierra Leone.
So talk to us about jollof rice. What makes this staple dish so big of a deal in West Africa?
Well, for the most part, I think it's the creativity that it takes. Well, as you can see, there's different various, types of jollof rice. Yes. And it's just the different combination of things that you put in there to make sure that this rice has a specific flavor that, it just mouth-watering.
It is mouth-watering, and yes. I'm going to taste it. I will be your next judge and tell you.
Yes.
This is delicious. And look at this. It's beautifully made. What do you have in here?
Well, right there's the stew, which is what Sierra Leone jollof, for the most part, we always have a little stew with like different meats on top of it. That's what you see there with the jollof rice at the bottom. So
I see rice, meat, tomato, obviously.
Of course.
And it's a little spicy the way I like it, really. I mean, it's really delicious. I'm not saying this to flatter you. I can understand why you won.
Thank you.
So tell us, how much time does it take to make something like this?
Jollof rice, for the most part, would take about preparation and all. It'll take about an hour and a half. An hour and a half. Also depending on the volume, too.
And how did you learn to make it? Your mom, your grandma?
Yes, my mother. I mean, I come from a very traditional household. Every day there's dinner ready, and my dad is big on, as females, I have to be in the kitchen and help my mother out. So from watching her over the years,
yes.
And incorporating what I see here as well. So the two, I mean, I just started cooking.
Down generations.
Yes.
So you have a catering business. Talk to us about how the ups and downs of running such a business.
Well, with me being young to begin with, and I still have my career, and I still have to divide myself into all of these things and trying to manage an entire catering business.
Okay. So this is not full-time. You do it on the side.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So it's very challenging for the most part. And then management, of course, finding out the right staff and making sure that the customers are satisfied, which is the biggest thing. It's very challenging, but I pulled it through. You
pulled it through, and you did so well in the... tell us about the significance of this prize and what kind of impact you will see in your business.
And like I said earlier, the most significant part of it is that I'm representing an entire nation.
Yes.
And it started off as, this is the 3rd one actually in D.C. But for some reason, I guess because Sierra Leone is such a small population here.
Okay.
So being that the underdog just came from nowhere, and then you have Nigeria and Ghana, who's been battling the entire time, and we just came from nowhere based on taste and just took the title. So.
I know usually it's Nigeria, Ghana, the big countries, and Liberia, but you did so well. The food is good. I mean, really, I can understand why you won.
Thank
Carol,
you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on this wonderful meal that I will continue to eat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And that was Carol Kanu. She's owner of Mabins Catering and winner of the 2019 Washington D.C. Jollof Competition. And that's our show for today. Be sure to watch Africa 54 on our website at voaafrica.com. From all of us here in Washington, have a good evening and bon appétit.